Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Whimsical Holiday collection from Whimsical Ideas by Pam. So there are 6 polishes in this collection altogether. These release today, December 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. In the description box below, I will link how to order these. They don't have a traditional site, but they do a ordering system through email, so I will leave all of that information in the description box below. I will also link their Instagram page and their Facebook page, as well as my Instagram page. Like I said, we have 6 polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Christmas 2018, and this is described as celery glitter in 2 sizes, red hollow glitter in 3 sizes, celery hollow shimmer, and off-white hollow micro glitter, and this is in a clear base. So here is our first coat of Christmas 2018. And I'm going to build this up on 3 coats on its own. I do also have a swatch photo I will put at the end of it layered over a off-white shade. The formula on this is good. It's not too thick or too thin, though it is loaded with glitter. They do spread out nice and evenly across the nail. You might have to do a little bit of manipulation to make them go exactly where you want them though. So it is building up here in 2 coats. It's not completely opaque though, so I am going to go in for a third. This one has so much like of a metallic spark to it that it is kind of hard to capture properly the colors, but it is very red, very green, very Christmassy, and I love it. So it does cover for the most part in 3 coats here. You'll want a glossy top coat to smooth everything out and to hide any kind of texture that this glitter creates. It is also going to be pretty doggone difficult to remove, especially if you build it up on its own, so you will want to peel off base coat ahead of time or pure acetone when you're removing. So there's 3 coats. Up next we have 8 Nights, and this is described as a silver and gold micro shimmer, metallic blue glitter, and blue glass glitter, and this is also in a clear base. Here's our first coat of 8 Nights. And this one does build up well in 3 coats, so I am going to do it on its own today. I didn't take a photo of this layered over anything as a topper, but I'm sure it would be really, really beautiful over a deeper purple, a darker blue, something in that kind of range. The formula on this one is also really good. Again, smooth, easy to apply, not too thick or too thin. I think Pam kind of has her glitter formula down to a T, so they are very nice to work with. But it is building up nicely in 2 coats. My pinky is a little bit more sheer than the rest of them, so I am going to go in for a 3rd coat. Again, that glitter does spread out nice and evenly across the nail. You might have to do just a tad bit of manipulating to get it to do so, but it's not difficult whatsoever. So this builds up completely in 3 coats for me. Again, you'll want a top coat to finish this off to make everything nice and smooth. It does dry slightly textured, so that will help hide that texture, and then the base itself, it does dry down a little bit dull. This one is also going to be pretty doggone difficult to remove, so you'll want a peel off base coat ahead of time or pure acetone. There's 3 coats. Next up we have Times Square, and this is described as magenta, green, blue hollow squares, magenta micro glitter, hollow purple, magenta shimmer, and a clear base. Here's our first coat of Times Square. And this one has a lot of glitter payoff on the first coat. It's not completely opaque, obviously, so I am going to keep building this one up. Again, the formula on this is really good, and again, you do have to work just a little bit to get those glitters to spread out nice and evenly across the nail. This is another one that I did not take a photo of it as a topper, but it would be absolutely beautiful as a topper. I couldn't quite put my finger though on a color to put it over. White is a little boring, black would hide a lot of things, but then there's so many things in between that I think this would look really, really beautiful over. This one is also going to dry down pretty dull, so you'll want a glossy top coat for that reason, but also to hide any texture that those glitters creates. This one too, though, you might need 2 coats of a glossy top coat just because those glitters are on the chunkier side. But it is pretty much opaque here in 3 coats. Nobody's going to notice your nail line except maybe yourself, and if that bothers you, you could definitely sponge this one on. And you'll also definitely want to peel off base coat for this one or pure acetone. So there's 3 coats. Next up we have Fa La Squared or Fa La La, and this is a gold base with green and red micro glitter in 2 different sizes. Here's our first coat of Fa La Squared, or Fa La La. This does cover pretty well here on this first coat. Obviously not completely opaque, so I am going to go in for a second coat. Formula on this is very smooth, easy to apply, no running or pooling or anything of that sort. The glitters spread out really nicely across the nail. You don't have to do pretty much virtually any manipulation of them to get them to do that. And this does build up completely in 2 coats for me. This one's going to dry down pretty dull. You'll want a glossy top coat for that reason. It does have a slight texture, so 1 coat of a glossy top coat should smooth that out. This one is also going to be pretty difficult to remove, so again, a peel-off base coat or pure acetone for this. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have Flurries, and this is described as a matte white and satin white shreds and off-white micro glitter in a clear base. So for Flurries on my pinky and ring finger, I'm going to layer 3 coats on its own. I feel like it gives a nice wintry look. It doesn't get completely opaque on its own, but I do feel like it looks really, really beautiful. And then on my middle and index finger, I'm going to layer it over a black. So this has a really good formula. The white glitters that are in here do spread out nice and evenly across the nail. You really don't have to worry about manipulating them too much. Formula is really good though, and it's going to dry down pretty textured, so you'll want a glossy top coat. And it's not super difficult to remove, but it does take a little bit more scrubbing than a cream would, but nothing that I feel a peel-off base coat is required for. So there's 1 and 3 coats. And then lastly for today we have Seems Like a Dream, and this is described as a bunch of different sizes of silver hollow glitter, silver hollow 4 pointed stars, and blue/purple dreamy iridescent shimmer, and this one is also in a clear base. So here's 1 coat of Seems Like a Dream over an oxblood red. I do have a photo of this also over a blurply shade. The formula of this is really good, very easy to work with. It is pretty easy to get those stars out if you want them, but it's also easy to avoid them if you didn't. They do spread out nice and evenly across the nail. I didn't have to personally do any kind of fishing to get them either. This is going to dry pretty textured, 1 to 2 coats of a glossy top coat, and a little difficult to remove. So there is 1 coat. And my favorite from this collection is Fa La Squared. I love this gold. I love the incorporation of the red and the green. It had a beautiful 2-coat formula and it was very easy to use. But guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this collection. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.